lists here of top fives, and since we didn't really check in last week, you've got those.
Right. So last week's top five, again, mentioned One Direction, This Is Us. I think that's the kind of a movie that falls off after 1 week because all the fangirls go see it the first weekend.
Yeah.
They've seen it.
Some might go back again for a
Well,
second.
they go and buy the DVD
right.
after.
And that's not to say anything against One Direction, just the history of these movies that are the concert movies tend to have a huge first week, and then the second week there's a huge drop-off. The Butler's number 2. It'll probably stay at number 2. I think the movie that's coming out this weekend will pass it, but not push it down too far. Where the Millers is still sticking around. The very limited release movie, Instructions Not Included, is doing well despite being in very few theaters. And Planes is the family movie that's sticking around, which I wasn't a big fan of, but it works for little kids.
Okay. So what else do we have to look forward to?
This week, your number 1 movie is going to be Riddick, the rated R movie. It's the 3rd in the franchise for Vin Diesel. He did Pitch Black, then the Chronicles of Riddick, so this is the 3rd movie. The Spectacular Now is a small limited movie which we'll talk about, The Ultimate Life, it's the sequel to The Ultimate Gift, if you ever saw that movie. And then there's an indie film series that's going on. There's 6 movies playing at Celebration North and Studio C in Okemos. So that's something to check out. But Riddick is going to be your big movie this weekend. Again, this is the follow-up to Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and Vin Diesel is the star here. It is rated R for violence and a number of other things.
I haven't seen any of these, but it looks unique if you like special effects.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi. He's like a not a vigilante, like a mercenary. He's out in space and he has these special gifts and abilities, and he's been stranded on this planet, deserted planet. The other movies that I want to tell you about Spectacular Now is Shailene Woodley. Do you guys remember The Descendants? The George Clooney
great movie.
So she is in the lead role. This is a rated R movie, but it's getting a lot of attention for its acting. So this is a movie that'll probably either at least be in contention or maybe get a nomination for the acting. We do have a lot of strong acting movies that are coming out later this fall. So this might get eclipsed by those, but it should do well.
Are things kind of gearing up because summer's over, Labor Day has passed, and now people are staying inside and they're going to the movies on the weekends
or watching
a lot
them at
more.
home. Right. So I think The Butler was the first one that's really pushing that envelope. Spectacular Now, we're going to have more coming out this fall. The other Spectacular Now is a limited release this weekend. It's at North and a couple other theaters. The Ultimate Life is another movie. If you saw The Ultimate Gift, that came out in limited release a couple years ago, played at the Grand Rapids movie. This is a sequel. Logan Bartholomew, who played in the Genesis Code that shot in here, has taken over the lead role. So that's another limited release to check out.
All right. Well, thanks, Aaron. It's been a busy week here and certainly busy times at the movie theaters, too.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us for 8 West. We've got 24-hour news at noon next, and Terry's sticking around for that.
I'm changing hats here. Have a good weekend.
See you later.